So first, let's understand how international taxation works. Okay. So now we saw that, businesses will be taxed on profits. But how do the governments tax you? Okay. How do the governments decide how to tax you? So it can be taxed by two countries. First is where you are tax resident. Okay. And second is where you earn the income from. These are the two cases where you can be, where the government will tax you. Okay. So in India, company is taxed in two cases. One is when the company is incorporated in India. If it's incorporated in India, it's taxed in India. Okay. And then where the place of effective management of the company is in India, then it is taxed in India. So it can be somewhere else, it can be incorporated. But if it is being managed completely from India, then the Indian government will want to tax. Okay. So Indian companies which are incorporated in India are by default considered to be tax resident in India. You do not have any option. Means if you are incorporated in India, you are tax resident in India. Okay, that's the test. But that's not the case with all countries. Okay, so all countries are not there that if it's incorporated in this place, you are taxed in that place. That's not true for all countries. Okay. So for a long time, American companies were using this tax structuring mechanism, which Abhyuday was showing. Okay, the double Irish Dutch sandwich, to save taxes in amounts extending to trillions of dollars. Okay, all Apple, Google, Facebook, everybody was in this. Okay, so they use this mechanism for a very long time. Okay, and to save taxes in amounts extending to trillions of dollars. How could they do that? It worked because the laws of Ireland permitted that an Irish company, a company incorporated in Ireland, can be tax resident somewhere else. So like how India says that incorporated in India, taxed in India, there's no confusion. But for Ireland, it was possible for you to be tax resident somewhere else if you were not bringing that income to Ireland, if you were not receiving it in Ireland, you were receiving it somewhere else, you could be tax resident somewhere else. You could choose to be tax resident somewhere else. Okay. So because of this, just imagine, like, you are incorporated in Ireland, but tax resident somewhere else. It was possible for the American companies to use this loophole, and with that loophole, they shifted a lot of profits so that they landed in a tax haven such as Bermuda or BVI. So what will happen? Ultimately, they will bring it to an Irish company, but the Irish company will be tax resident in these countries because it received the income there, and it could choose to be tax resident there by virtue of the law. The law allowed it. It was legal. Okay. But Ireland had to plug this loophole. Like I'm saying, they had a lot of pressure. They had to plug this, and then they had to come to the state that Irish incorporated companies have to be tax resident in Ireland. Which means if you can't choose to be tax resident somewhere else and pay taxes in some another country if you are incorporated in Ireland. It's not possible for you to do that anymore. That was plugged by them. Okay, but then after that, people started using the single malt structure. Okay, so what is a single malt structure? Let's talk of that. So Ireland had a treaty with Malta. We were talking about Malta as a tax haven. So Ireland had a treaty with Malta, which provided that if place of effective management of Irish companies in Malta, then the income would be taxed in Malta and not in Ireland. Although, it will be an Irish company, and despite whatever was the provisions of tax resident, there was a special tax treaty. There was an arrangement with Malta specifically that if the effective management of the Irish company was in Malta, which means it was incorporated in Ireland, but all decisions taken in Malta, being run from Malta, board meetings held in Malta, everything in Malta. So then if that was the case, then the tax of that company will be in Malta and not in Ireland. This was just the arrangement between Ireland and Malta. But Malta only taxed income which is actually received in Malta. They don't tax income which is received in other countries of the world. If you get it and if it is coming to a Malta bank account, then it will be taxed. Otherwise, it will not be taxed. Okay. So now what were these people doing? Less of effective management in Malta so that it won't be taxed in Ireland. Income received in Ireland so that it won't be taxed in Malta. Okay. But they will receive the income in Ireland. So Ireland does not tax it because it is the place of effective management is in Malta. Malta doesn't tax it because the income is received in Ireland. Okay, so double no taxation. Okay, no tax on it if they use this arrangement. Okay, so even this arrangement had to be blocked. People realize that this is what is happening. Okay, always businesses will want to find ways like this, right? So it was blocked because the Irish and Maltese authorities then agreed that now, if this is what is happening, then you will tax the income in Ireland. Okay, which is not a problem really because Ireland again has a very low income tax rate. So, but then they woke up to that. I told you that governments wake up. So they woke up and they decided that, it will not be taxed in Ireland. Okay.